Two topics hot on the lips of Seattle residents. One, the weather. It's been relentless. The other, their Sonics slumping, relatively speaking, in December. Tonight, the Sonics are home here at Key Arena to host the 76ers here on Sports Channel. Good evening to you and welcome once again to 76ers Basketball on Sports Channel along with Steve Mix. I'm Mark Sumoff. First, a happy and healthy new year to you from everyone in the 76ers organization. Yes, the calendar has turned to a new year, but for the 76ers, Steve, it's the same old thing on the road still.
This is a very difficult road trip for the Philadelphia 76ers after playing 3 games in Denver, Utah, and Lakers, taking a couple days off, and now all of a sudden here in Seattle against the Supersonics, tomorrow night in Golden State, Sunday at Sacramento, Tuesday at Orlando, and then back home Wednesday against the new and improved Dallas Mavericks. It's going to be an interesting trip. I'll tell you what, we've got 4 games to go, and it starts here tonight.
In that Utah game, right before it, I said to Allen Iverson, what do you have to do in your matchup this afternoon with John Stockton? He said, any matchup, it's the same old thing. Take care of the ball better. And you know what? He's doing it. He's been doing a very good job on this trip so far. Allen Iverson, with first 25 games, about 1-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. In the last 3 games, after the coaching staff talked to Allen a little bit, 3.7-to-1. Now, this is going to be a very difficult task tonight. After the Denver game, John Stockton, he had to face, and then Nick the Quick Van Exel. And tonight, a guy that kind of took him to school a little bit in Philadelphia, in Gary Payton. Indeed, on December 9th, the Sonics beat the 76ers at the beautiful Core State Center. And in that game, he was posting up Iverson relentlessly. What do the Sixers do tonight to stop that? Well, once again, I think you're going to find that Gary Payton is going to take a look at Allen Iverson and try to post him up. 76ers, if at all possible, will give the quick double team and make Payton pass out of it. Very difficult to do. He's a very good offensive player. Defensively, Gary Payton is an excellent player as well. Best defensive player in the NBA last year, led the league in steals, and is second this year. So watch Gary Payton tonight. Not only is he good offensively, but defensively as well. Watch Shawn Kemp tonight, too. Need I say, he has improved his scoring and rebounding every season he's been in the league. An exciting basketball player. One of those guys that probably took Dominique Wilkins' spot as far as the human highlight film is concerned. Shawn Kemp, take a look at his season numbers. Better than 21 points per game. Pulling down better than 11 boards. As you said, he's improved his scoring the first 6 years he's been in the league. Phenomenal player. In just a moment, we will look at the month of December for both of these teams as we continue to warm you up, the 76ers and Sonics, right after this.
Celebrate 50 years of the NBA with the NBA at 50 video, hardcover book, and NBA at 50 cap. Call now, and this $85 value can be yours for 2 payments of $34.99. Order your NBA at 50 collection with the American Express card and receive a special offer. Plus, a contribution will be made to the American Express Charge Against Hunger program. Ask your operator for details. Order now and ensure your piece of NBA greatness.
At the center of this storm is a select group of scientists.
Check it out!
Driven by their passion.
You've never seen what that thing can do, so don't talk to me about it!
To save hundreds of lives.
It's coming! Everybody underground now!
Helen Hunt, Bill Paxton, Twister.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Get ready to hit the hardwood when Sports Channel takes you inside the best college basketball games in the nation. Catch all the passes, all the shots, and all the excitement with Sports Channel's exclusive coverage of the Big East, Big Ten, and hometown teams. It's the fun and frenzy of college basketball, only on Sports Channel. It's a Saturday tripleheader. At 2, Miami takes on Georgetown. At 4, Notre Dame battles Rutgers. And at 8, Iowa meets Penn State, exclusively on Sports Channel.
Welcome back, everyone, to Key Arena here in Seattle. Tonight, the 76ers and the Sonics doing battle exclusively here on Sports Channel. Courtside, your announcers tonight, Steve Mix and Mark Sumoff, and Albert Einstein said it best, E equals MC squared, meaning, quite succinctly, everything is relative. The 76ers 7-8 in the month of November, a sparkling month for that young team. The Sonics 7-8 in December, and here they're crying the blues. What's up?
Well, when you take a look at Philadelphia 76ers, as you said, 7-8 in the month of November, and then all of a sudden December comes, and it was an extremely difficult month for the Philadelphia 76ers, winning just 1 of 13 games. Big point differential of -9.5 points. I'll tell you what, the 76ers, in order to win, because they're an outside shooting team, have to knock down the 3 ball. On the other hand, you have the Seattle Supersonics 7-8. 76ers would have loved to have had a month of 7-8, but George Karl's sitting there saying, well, you know what? I wouldn't mind having another one of those months as long as it's in about 45 to 50 months from now. I'll take one of those, about 4.5 years. Take a look. First losing month under George Karl. That's why he said 48 to 50 months. Hey, I'll have another one. I'd be happy to have one.
Performing well in January, Jerry Stackhouse of the 76ers says his team has to improve its concentration at the end of games.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we've been working with that more in practice, late game situations, trying to simulate what happens in games. And I think that we've been doing a better job of handling it in practice, so hopefully it'll carry over in the game. It's been tough because we've been in a lot of games and just hadn't been able to get over the edge, but I think that preparation is going to help us to start getting some of those games in the end.
In the meantime, the coach, George Karl of Seattle, says not having Nate McMillan currently on the injured list has really hurt his team.
Somewhat disappointing. It's the first month since I've been here that we had a losing record. We lost some games at home that I don't think we should have lost. On the road, we were competitive but didn't win the close games. So I think there's a little concern here in Seattle, but I think a lot of it is Nate McMillan related. And there's some good stuff here, too. So I think the month of January, even before the season started, everybody looked at the month of January saying this is a good month for us. And I think we got to make it a good month this year.
In just a moment, the starting lineups and all the action. The 76ers and the Seattle Supersonics on Sports Channel right after this.
You're not with AT&T, are you?
No, I'm not.
So, are you happy?
Not really.
I was happier with AT&T. Well, we're making it simple to come back. How'd you like to get 100 free minutes just for switching to AT&T?
That would be wonderful.
That's a real gift.
Well, there's a lot more. Introducing the new AT&T One Rate plan. Just 15 cents a minute on calls from home to anybody, anytime, anywhere in America.
That's great. It's a flat rate. Anytime, anybody, anywhere. I'm going to presume there's going to be a charge involved.
No, it's free.
It's even better.
No fees, no minimum spending, no time requirements, no restrictions, no games.
You can't beat that.
Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT. You'll get one low rate plus 100 free minutes for switching to AT&T. So what do you think?
I think the 100 free minutes is awesome.
The one rate plan, it's excellent. There's no restrictions, no limits.
So what are you going to do?
Pick up the phone and switch to AT&T.
One rate, 100 minutes. Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT to switch.
Get ready to hit the hardwood when Sports Channel takes you inside the best college basketball games in the nation. Catch all the passes, all the shots, and all the excitement with Sports Channel's exclusive coverage of the Big East, Big Ten, and hometown teams. It's the fun and frenzy of college basketball, only on Sports Channel. Catch the best in Big Ten action when Penn State battles Ohio State tonight at 8 o'clock, exclusively on Sports Channel, your home for college basketball.
There's a multitude of pay and pay-per-view channels, but for one price with one station, you can have it all. Prism. Prism is the leader in Philadelphia sports with exclusive home game coverage of the Flyers and Sixers. Prism is entertainment for the whole family. Rich and Hollywood blockbusters, comedy, and entertainment specials. Prism is the only station breaking ground in the local music scene, bringing you tomorrow's stars today. It's a great combination for one price on one channel. Prism. Call your cable company and order Prism today.
76ers basketball on Sports Channel is being brought to you by Core States. You know us and we know you. By Brewery Fresh Bud Light, who reminds you that fresh beer tastes better. By your Quality Plus Ford dealer and the new Ford Explorer. By the Pennsylvania Daily Lottery. Don't forget to play. Proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. By the Discover Card, proud partner of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary. And by McDonald's, the official restaurant of the NBA. Now the Core State starters for tonight for the 76ers. Allen Iverson, Jerry Stackhouse on the back line. Scott Williams in the middle with Clarence Weatherspoon and Derek Coleman bookending him. For the Seattle Supersonics, Gary Payton along with the former 76er Hersey Hawkins in the backcourt. Jim McIlvaine in the middle with Detlef Schrempf and Sean Kemp sharing the front line with McIlvaine. 76ers coming in at 8-20, 4-10 on the road and at home. Tonight, game 4 of the 7-game, 13-day trip. 1-2 thus far on the swing. The Seattle Supersonics 21-11, 10-4 here at Key Arena. A game and a half behind the Lakers for first place in the Pacific Division. They have actually been a 500 team since defeating the 76ers at the beautiful Coors State Center 3 weeks ago. This is Key Arena in downtown Seattle. Along with Steve Mix, Mark Sumoff, bringing you tonight's game on Sports Channel. Johnny Davis. So far, he's had a month to remember and a month to forget. Let's see what January brings. January 2nd, 1997. George Karl, all at tizzy here about that 7 and 8 December. Again, the first sub-500 month since he took over. And let's put it in perspective. January of 1992 is when he arrived here in Seattle. Of course, his team going to the finals last year, succumbing to the Chicago Bulls in 6 games. The officials, Paul Mahalik, Hank Armstrong, and Mike Callahan. Scott Williams and the 7-footer McIlvaine. And we're running tonight from Key Arena, and it will belong to the 76ers.
Well, 76ers the last couple days have had an opportunity to work a few of the kinks out. Coaching staff talking to the players about the upcoming schedule. We'll see what happens. George Karl also, after losing a game in Dallas and Houston, had an opportunity to work on a few things as well with his team.
The Sonics have played a lot on the road and playing without one of the more versatile players on the injured list in Nate McMillan. Coleman finding Williams for 2. Scott Williams was solid against Shaquille O'Neal on Sunday. Had his second double-double of the season, 12, and led the team with 10 rebounds. Second of 2 meetings between the teams. Meeting, as mentioned earlier, about 3 weeks ago at the Coors State Center. That was a 118-94 victory by the Sonics. Weatherspoon off the Kent miss.
One of the concerns of George Karl was the fact that his team is not exactly stroking the ball real well from outside, as Jerry Stackhouse on the drive is able to beat the Supersonics defense down court for the jam.
Payton posting Iverson. Coleman thinking about the double. Schrempf, that's for 3. Detlef Schrempf. What can't Detlef Schrempf do? That's my question.
Detlef Schrempf can fill up a stat sheet, and that's a good sign if you're a Supersonics fan, because when the Supersonics knock down the outside shot, they are 14-1 when they just shoot the average, which is 35.8 from downtown. That's pretty good.
And of course, they're among the best in the NBA in steals. Hawkins pilfering that one, and Payton getting the field goal.
They are number 1.
Over 10 steals per game. Stackhouse, that was for 2. The Sonics, of course, their style, quite simple. They love to run, and they force the fast break with stifling defense. Very active at the Coors State Center against the 76ers in early December, doubling Iverson up top and forcing the ball out of his hands. Kemp takes on Coleman. Derrick said absolutely not. Stackhouse, does he have a line against Payton?
No, you're not going to have a line against Payton. This guy's the best defensive player in the league last year, and this is probably another good year as well. He's second in the league in steals. Jerry Stackhouse tried to come down and juke him a little bit, going right to left with the basketball. Payton stayed right with him, would not go for any type of fake. But talking about defense, take a look at Derek Coleman in the low post on Sean Kemp, getting the block, which leads to this break by the Sixers. And you can see, ooh, ball off Jerry Stackhouse.
And that was Gary Payton's argument, of course, to no avail. Having a problem here with both the shot clock and the game clock. We have played 2 minutes and 9 seconds of this one. In that game at the Coors State Center, the Sonics shot 58%. And they keep a stat known as points in the paint. And in that game, the Sonics had 74 of their 118 points from inside the lane.
Well, that's a season high against the 76ers this year. 74 points. 76ers with just 44. Outscored them by 30 points in the paint. Boy, that's phenomenal.
76ers basketball is brought to you by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who reminds you that fresh beer tastes better.
And the Sixers were only down by 4 at halftime to the Supersonics in Philadelphia. But it was a 61-41 second half that blew the game open.
Well, the left digit of the shot clock at the 76ers basket not working. They have right now 17 to shoot. Iverson, that's for 3. Payton has Hawkins. Blocked by Stackhouse. Recovered by Payton. He hasn't rejected, and the Sixers D'ing it up here in the first quarter.
Good sign. 76ers good, solid defense early on. Supersonics have lost their last 2 to Dallas and Houston. So maybe you can catch these guys while they're still down, although they have, what, 15 of their next 20 games here at the Key Arena. Take a look at Jerry Stackhouse getting the block shot on Hersey Hawkins. Hersey should have just caught the ball and slipped it in with the right hand on the right side of the hoop. Instead, he took it to the other side, didn't feel he had a good angle, and that's when Stack was able to get the block.
Again, 17 to shoot for the Sixers on this possession. A trail by 1. Stackhouse, Weatherspoon, low bridged by McIlvaine. And a foul on 7'1", 260-pound Jim McIlvaine, his 3rd year for Marquette, the most talked about free agent over the summer, aside from Shaquille.
And there's a look at that last lob by Spoon to Stack. You can see no harm intended by McIlvaine, but he caught him across the body. Jerry Stackhouse, good coordination, was able to maintain balance.
Stackhouse, the offensive foul. For Jerry, his first.
Jerry Stackhouse getting into the paint right there. Pull it back out, shoot the little jump shot. 1 dribble too many.
Opening moments, first quarter tonight from Seattle. Hawkins by Stackhouse and overruled. Hersey performing a bit better than he was when the Sixers last faced his team. And the Sixers turn it over again. Payton running with Schrempf and Hawkins trailing. Here's Hersey.
That was a hustle play by Hersey Hawkins. It was a 2-on-2 fast break attempt. Hersey Hawkins looks up from the defensive end, finds that there's an opening down the paint, takes it in, a good pass and feed by Payton for the layup.
You're not with AT&T, are you?
No, I'm not.
So, are you happy?
Not really.
I was happier with AT&T. Well, we're making it simple to come back. How'd you like to get 100 free minutes just for switching to AT&T?
That would be wonderful.
That's a real gift.
Well, there's a lot more. Introducing the new AT&T One Rate plan. Just 15 cents a minute on calls from home to anybody, anytime, anywhere in America.
That's great. It's a flat rate. Anytime, anybody, anywhere. I'm going to presume there's going to be a charge involved.
No, it's free.
It's even better.
No fees, no minimum spending, no time requirements, no restrictions, no games.
You can't beat that.
Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT. You'll get 1 low rate plus 100 free minutes for switching to AT&T. So what do you think?
I think the 100 free minutes is awesome. The one-rate plan is excellent. And there's no restrictions, no limits.
So what are you going to do?
Pick up the phone and switch to AT&T.
One rate, 100 minutes. Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT to switch.
Well, it can't get any worse than this.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I stand corrected.
Make it a Bud Light.
You're never gonna get it open.
The Seattle Supersonics closing quickly on Jerry Stackhouse. They are on a 9-0 run now as Stackhouse tries to flip it over his head to Derek Coleman. Now take a look on the outlet pass. You have Payton running left. You have Schrempf running right. The defense opens up, and who gets the layup is the guy that made the steal on the other end and kicked the ball out. Payton waits, no big hurry. He knows somebody else is trailing. Wait for him. Hersey Hawkins with the deuce. 4 turnovers now for the Philadelphia 76ers after 3.5 minutes of play.
Gary Payton leading all Western All-Star voting. Among the guards, that is, and deservedly so. Leads the team in scoring, assists, led the league in steals last year, and of course the defensive player of the year last season. And incidentally, the shot clock over the basket with the 76ers shoot totally inoperative now, so we glance to the opposite end of the floor to keep you updated on the 76ers possession. They could use a hoop here, giving up 9 straight. That after scoring the first 4 points of the game. Iverson setting up Coleman. Williams after Schrempf broke it loose. Scott Williams having a solid trip, making about 2/3 of his shots in the first 3 games.
Had a good game against the Lakers, didn't he? 12 points, 10 rebounds, a second double-double of the year.
Against the Shankmeister. Hersey Hawkins actually averaging only 12 points per game. That would be a season low for his career. But typically Hersey gets off to slow starts. Those who remember him from his Sixer days, as Gary Payton is called on the personal.
But that's a little slow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about, what, 4 or 5 points under his career average.
Correct.
And that's a little slow. I mean, you take a look at Hersey Hawkins, and here's a guy stroking about 37%, 38% of his threes, but overall just about 43%.
Williams, the good fight off the Iverson miss. And Scott, fearful that he would turn it over, calls the timeout.
Well, it's interesting when you take a look at the 76ers. As I mentioned before, they have 4 turnovers. 3 of them have been off steals by the Supersonics. And when you take a look at the 76ers, who turned the ball over about 19.5 times, which puts them dead last in the league, and the opponents are pulling better than 10 steals per game, that's 53% of their turnovers come on steals by the opponent. Far too many. I think that's one of the worst as far as percentage-wise, one of the worst in the league.
The 76ers are big on family values, like, how about 4 Sixers tickets, 4 Pepsis, and 4 Medford Meats hot dogs, and a Philadelphia Inquirer, all for $76. It's the 76ers Family Pack Nights, presented by the Philadelphia Inquirer. Family Pack tickets are available at the Core State Center box office and all Ticketmaster locations. Service charge does apply when using Ticketmaster. Notice the Sonics active on the perimeter, doubling. Weatherspoon blocked underneath. Coleman. Derek again, and a foul coming up. Good persistence by the 76ers, one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the NBA. And for Jim McElvain, it is his second.
76ers are second in the A and second in the league in offensive rebounds. Derek Coleman pulling one down there, getting his own missed shot, getting the bump right there by McElvain. Going to the line to shoot a couple, makes the first one. Spoon leads the 76ers in offensive rebounds with 3 per game.
Sixers down 3. 4.5 gone here in the first. Shawn Kemp, that's for a 3. How about Kemp? Yes, he has improved his outside shot, but 3-point shooting, maybe that too.
He's only taken 11 3-pointers coming into tonight's ballgame. An excellent feed by Allen Iverson to find Derek Coleman for the layup in the jam.
Iverson, his second assist of the quarter. The Sixers down 4. Weatherspoon. Coleman twice, and finally it is Kemp. Seattle, not a terrific rebounding team. They gain their extra possessions through defense and steals. Here's Kemp off the offensive glass, and he is fouled. It is on Scott Williams.
Very active defensive unit by the Seattle Supersonics. Payton with the good feed and the shrimp just misses the hook shot, but Kemp is right there to pull it down.
The Sixers only their first team foul, 3 on Seattle. Kemp, second on the team in scoring, 22 a game, leads them in rebounding, over 11 per game. Iverson looking for Coleman, way over Derek's head. Stackhouse comes up with a steal at the other end.
Seattle does a great job of rotating defensively.
Iverson faking the dish to the wing in Stackhouse, and in doing so, walks with the ball. 6 turnovers already for the Sixers here in the quarter, and they played the Lakers oh so very well at the Forum on Sunday. But Johnny Davis knows, and he has imparted that message to his young team on a number of occasions. They have to take better care of the ball as Coleman comes up with a snuff against Payton. That is his second block. He leads the Sixers in blocks, over 1 per game. Nice look, Williams for Stackhouse. That was McIlvaine looming for the Sonics. And that's his job. Hawkins from Payton. Coleman again, the rejection, and it goes out of bounds.
Hersey Hawkins, you've got to get to the free throw line in this situation. Derek Coleman does a great job of hustling back, getting the shot by Hersey Hawkins. Sixers doing a super job defensively. I mean, that's about their 4th or 5th block of the evening. 4th, make it their 4th.
And 3 for DC. Weatherspoon has it rejected by Kemp. 3 to shoot for the Sixers. They have to draw iron. Stackhouse, and that'll do it. Shot clock violation. 7th turnover on the Sixers here in the quarter. And they'll discuss it here in just a few moments. In the meantime, the substitution, Sam Perkins, smooth as ever, coming into the game for Jim McIlvaine.
He's been struggling a little bit from downtown, despite the fact that Sam's shooting, what, 41%. Last few ball games has really struggled from beyond the 3-point line.
He did not struggle against the 76ers in December. 9 for 10 shooting in the game. Now some more problems with the clock. This one above the Sonic basket. '76ers back at it tomorrow night. They'll be in San Jose to take on the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors displaced from the Oakland Coliseum, that building, as was this building several seasons back, being refurbished. It'll be the 12th of 24 sets of back-to-back games for the 76ers that ties them for the NBA lead in that category. In all, the 76ers have lost 8 straight here in Seattle. Their last victory coming back in December of '92. That was Charles Barkley's last year with the Sixers. Payton posting Iverson. It'll count. And Gary Payton will march to the line. Compliments of Allen Iverson. That is his first.
Allen Iverson getting posted up by Gary Payton. You can see right there as Iverson takes a swat at the basketball. Looks like he got him across the arms. Payton was able to duck under and still get the shot off. But that's where Allen Iverson seemed like he lived the last time these two teams faced each other. Gary Payton just took him down low the entire game. Payton did a good job in that game, scoring 26 points on 12 of 18.
And he did it in 28 minutes.
Yep.
Sixers down 9 under 5 to play in the quarter. What a play by Iverson! Unbelievable!
Oh my! I'm not sure that was a pass by Derek Coleman, but if you ask him after the game, he'll say, of course it was a pass. Iverson finishing off big time.
That was a dying quail is what it was. Payton spotting for 3. What a magnificent play by Allen Iverson. Try teaching that to somebody. Crossing over against Hawkins, breaking his ankles, but breaking our hearts as the Sixers turn it over again, and Payton solos for 2. Sonics by 9. 4 minutes even to go in the first. There you see the Sonic defense very active once again. Doing it illegally, however, the illegal defense against Seattle. First on George Karl's team. George, a guy who will get into a huff, one of the nicest guys you'll ever want to meet, but clearly the definitive basketball persona as opposed to his off-court persona.
Oh, take a look at that last play. Allen Iverson coming in from the baseline, rising high and throwing it down, cupping that thing. Woo, great play by Iverson.
Sonics with the early advantage. We'll be back.
Now is the time to drive more with a 1997 Ford F-150. Wider, longer, tougher.
More truck for the money.
Now with the most powerful standard V6 in its class.
More power.
The 97 F-150 with standard dual airbags, switch on the fly 4-wheel drive.
More features.
And a standard Super Cab third door. Now save $1,100 on a specially equipped manual F-150 XL with air conditioning at no extra charge.
More value.
Ford F-150 from your Quality Plus Ford dealer. One more reason to drive more.
Announcing the Adventure Discovered Sweepstakes.
I've been shopping. Big time. It's all right here on my Discover Card statement.
Use your Discover Card, and you could win everything on Boyd Matson's statement.
Patagonia. It's me. 2 tickets on American. My new Jeep.
Plus, you'll join him on
a National Geographic filming expedition.
It's the grand prize in the Adventure Discovered Sweepstakes.
Well, I've done my shopping. Have you?
It pays to discover. Watch National Geographic Explorer on TBS.
It's full-court college basketball action all season on the Big Ten Network as conference rivals crash the boards in search of the Big Ten Hoops title. Catch the excitement right here on the Big Ten Network.
Steve Mix, I remember the morning of the home and season opener at the Core State Center. The team was quietly stretching, and Allen Iverson was singing out loud, and you could hear him singing the words to a song, "I Believe I Can Fly." Gentlemen and ladies, I believe he can.
He's up there, isn't he? And take a look at the comparison between the 2 point guards tonight. Once again, a very difficult matchup for Allen Iverson. You faced John Stockton the other night in Utah, Nick the Quick Van Exel in LA, and now probably the best point guard in the NBA, true point guard, in Gary Payton.
Sixers here with a fresh 24, trailing by 9. That is the largest advantage of this, the first quarter. Coleman over Kemp. Payton as the Sonics run again. Schrempf for 2.
Well, they make it look easy. Get the defensive board. A very quick basketball team. Guys that love to run, they love to trap defensively, and they do a marvelous job of it.
Derek Coleman, his second field goal. He has 6 here in the quarter. Derek third on the team in scoring, 18 per game. Leads the club in rebounding at 9 per. As Payton takes on Iverson, Stackhouse fields the air ball. Iverson open in rhythm for 3. Payton backing down Iverson, and before any double could come, Payton goes right to the cup. Gambling that time against Iverson. Coleman open, that's for 3. Sixers shooting 27% here in the quarter as Kemp had ideas of slamming, but Derek Coleman had other ideas. And Shawn Kemp will go to the line, the first on DC.
Gary Payton, the quick pass that time to Kemp. Derek Coleman pushes him in the stomach. Kemp will go line to shoot a couple. This is one of those games where for the 76ers, it almost has to be a perfect basketball game to get out of this arena with the W. Seattle is 10-4 at home, 4th best in the West. 76ers shooting just 27%. When you shoot 27% against Seattle, they're going to start pulling away from you slowly but surely. Seattle at 47+%. Now they've shot over 45%, and that's my benchmark. Keep in mind, or better, 21 times this year. They had a stretch during this season where they shot 45%, 10 straight games or better. I mean, that's phenomenal.
And that's your benchmark.
Yeah.
Rex Walters, who shoots almost 45% from three-point territory, missing from beyond the arc that time. He came in moments ago for Jerry Stackhouse. David Wingate is in the game as well. He came in for Hersey Hawkins as Kemp goes strong to the rack. And Scott Williams, his second personal foul.
Shawn Kemp getting baseline. It's a nice play until he got fouled. Not sure what he was going to do. You know what the amazing thing is, and I found out by playing with Doc, the really great players, when they get up in the air, they really don't have any idea what they're going to do until they get up there. They find out. You know, it's like Doc. I mean, he used to come across the middle, flying high with the ball in his right hand. Defense comes, he changes direction, brings it back, pulls it down underneath, up and over. They don't really know until they get up there. You and I get up there, we better have a plan, brother.
We don't get up there, period, David. The thing is, with guys like Doc, they would hang in the air for so long, they had plenty of time to think about it. They weighed their options and everything.
Yep. Shawn Kemp is one of those kind of guys, along with Mike and a few other guys in the league. Great leaping ability, great creativity.
You had to do pre-planning, Steve.
Exactly.
Wingate off the Coleman miss. Kemp has Walters backpedaling. Blocked from behind by Coleman, who's been a defensive demon here in the first quarter. 4 blocks in all.
Shawn Kemp to Wingate, back to Kemp. Coleman coming in from the weak side.
Mark Davis in for Clarence Weatherspoon. Michael Cage moments ago for Scott Williams. Wingate looking to set up Kemp. Oh. Iverson bumped and bruised by David Wingate, and personal on Wingate. But 25 to go here, and we will walk the floor. The Sixers trailing by 11.
Now they had a foul to give. Seattle had one to give, and that was their foul. Sixers will take it out on the side. Take a look at the first quarter shooting. Seattle 44%, Philadelphia just 25%.
Iverson now has Wingate on him. Walters lining up a 3. Cage and Perkins going for it, as touched by Sam Perkins. Michael Cage, of course, the former Seattle Supersonics, spending most of his career here, 6 years in all, in the early 90s. In fact, it was with the Sonics that he missed his last game, April 21st of 1989, as the Sixers turned over for the 9th time here in the quarter. Had one now for the Sonics, only their second.
Boy, they tried to get one. Sixers were sleeping, getting back. Detlef Schrempf, very European-like, went over to the ball, threw it to the official, who got it back to him quickly. The long pass, the ball wouldn't have gone out of bounds. Seattle would have had the easy one.
Detlef Schrempf, of course, born and raised in Germany. For Wingate, it is his second personal foul. Schrempf, of course, matriculated at the University of Washington. And we wonder whether or not Washington State's Mark Hendrickson will be getting into this game. Second round pick for the 76ers. Had to get about a dozen tickets for this one, and some 50 fans from his hometown nearby of Mount Vernon. Trucking about an hour to hopefully watch him here. Mount Vernon located about midway between Seattle and Vancouver, British Columbia. Sixers slice it to 9. Under a minute to play here in the first. Payton, beautiful move around Iverson. Gary Payton spinning for 2 more.
It's a reaction player. Gary Payton just reacting what the defensive player does. Payton being cut off by Iverson, just spun away from him.
This time Coleman, the aggressive double. Kemp says, go ahead, Gary, do it again. Nice look off for Wingate. Gary Payton has 7 points and 5 assists here in the first quarter.
Not a bad quarter.
Sonics with their largest lead here in the first. The shot clock is unplugged. Walters by Payton. Kemp and Coleman tie each other up with 1.9 to go here in the quarter. And they will jump it up, Will. The dueling 6'10s, Kemp and Coleman. Eric Snow is second year for Michigan State into the game.
Both those players, Coleman and Kemp, really had their heads into the game because as both players came down with the basketball, they were both looking up at the clock to find out how much time was left on the shot clock. 1.9. They wanted to know.
Sixers clearly with the advantage here in terms of proximity to their own bucket. A chance at a look. It'll come from Davis. Yo! Almost. So for the 76ers, a sure taste of Seattle Sonic basketball here as Davis, the desperation heaved, oh so close to making it a 10-point game. Instead, 13 points separating the combatants after one as you watch 76ers basketball here on Sports Channel.
Sometimes when you think you'd rather be anywhere else in the world.
You cannot be my uncle.
Well, you know what they say. You choose your friends, can't choose your relatives.
Someone comes along with a new attitude.
Cool. What's his name? His name is Flipper.
Now, they're about to discover just how deep a friendship can be. Paul Hogan, Elijah Wood, and Flipper. Flipper.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on DirecTV.
Holiday season, my good friend gave to me 7 Keystone jackpots, 6 wild card lottos, 5 cash 5, 4 big 4s, 3 daily numbers, 2 instant games.
Happy holidays, Rita.
Thanks, Joe.
Great gift. Pennsylvania lottery tickets make great gifts, like stocking stuffer. So give them to all the great people on your list.
Happy holidays.
And best wishes from the lottery.
Introducing McDonald's Deluxe Sandwiches. They're new, they're big, with fresh toppings and a bakery soft roll. The average adult has over 8,000 taste buds. Get ready to use them all. It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste. McDonald's new Crispy Chicken Deluxe, with an all-white meat breast fillet, fresh lettuce, and tomato on a bakery soft roll. It's a grown-up reminder that you're never too old to drool. It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste.
Well, let's take a look at the first quarter stats. You can see 76ers just 6 of 28, 21%. Not nearly good enough to win this ballgame. They've got to do a better job this quarter, and they might as well start right now. The other thing is far too many turnovers. 9 turnovers for the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, they out-rebounded Seattle, but when you shoot 21%, you end up with a lot of offensive boards as well. And that the Sixers with 9 offensive boards. 3-point land, 0 of 6.
Well, Clarence Weatherspoon now at power forward for Derek Coleman. That means that Shawn Kemp has about a 4-inch height advantage, and they hammer it right down to Shawn, and he finds his way to the line as we begin the second quarter, along with Steve Nicks marks him up tonight from Seattle. And the Sonics lead by 14 as we open up the second quarter. Walters against Snow. Lucius Harris into the game for the 76ers, so it's Walters and Harris in the backcourt. In fact, all bench players save for Weatherspoon. Michael Cage in there, as is Mark Davis. Cage, good look, Weatherspoon. And the Sixers turn it over for the 10th time.
And that's the 6th steal by the Seattle Supersonics.
Perkins, who could light it up from beyond the arc. Posting Cage, who came up with a pick. Harris, who did not play Sunday at Los Angeles against the Lakers, goes for Weatherspoon. Clarence now 0 for 5 here in the first half. Harris seeing late game minutes in each of the first 2 games and shooting rather well in those minutes, which is a good sign for him as we look for him to break out here. Walters looking Weatherspoon's way, and the Sonics knock it out of bounds. 8 to shoot for the 76ers.
8 seconds.
Payton to pick 2-on-1 with Snow. And Gary Payton, who earned those 2 there with the steal. The Sonics go up 16 points. That is their largest lead, and Johnny Davis the early second quarter timeout. It is of the 22nd variety, I believe. Nope, it's the full timeout. 32-16 Sonics. We'll be back.
Taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
There's this building down on Broad Street. A new building of steel and stone and a foundation that rests on a gritty tradition of sweat and glory and an unspoiled pride that's united our city and neighborhoods. There's this building down on Broad Street called the Core State Center, the new home of the Flyers and Sixers. And along with the Core State spectrum, it stands as an unmistakable symbol of Core State's commitment to the region and to all of you. The Core State Center, where a whole new history is about to be written.
Get ready to hit the hardwood when Sports Channel takes you inside the best college basketball games in the nation. Catch all the passes, all the shots, and all the excitement with Sports Channel's exclusive coverage of the Big East, Big Ten, and hometown teams. It's the fun and frenzy of college basketball, only on Sports Channel. Catch the best in Big Ten action when Penn State battles Ohio State, Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, exclusively on Sports Channel, your home for college basketball.
Sign up today to become a charter member of the new 76ers fan club. You'll receive the quarterly newsletter Baselines along with all kinds of really cool Sixers stuff. If you're a Sixer fan, you've just got to be a member. For more information on the new fan club, contact the 76ers Fan Relations Department. The number is 215-339-7619, 339-7619. Walters, that's for 3. Rex Walters, percentage-wise, the best three-point shooter on the Sixers.
Rex Walters still shooting about 44% from downtown. Last 3 games on this road trip, 3 of 7. Right on his average.
Snow knocked to the wood by Cage as the Sixers come up with it. Rex would probably be among the NBA leaders, but he has not shot quite enough. He was among the NBA leaders earlier in the year, in fact, as high as number 2. Davis dips in for 2. Sixers shooting 23% here in the first half. They've gone the last 5 and change without a field goal. McElvain, the 7-footer against 6'6" Clarence Weatherspoon. At least until that Walters 3 moments ago. Weatherspoon is fouled by McElvain, I believe. That'll be his 3rd.
Now, if you're 7'1" and you're guarding a guy 6'7", McElvain, look, goes for the steal, tries to come baseline to go high side, gets caught in between. Consequently, he's not in a shot blocking situation, or he's not in good defensive position either. Clarence Weatherspoon was able to get the basketball and draw the foul on McElvain, who will go to the bench with his 3rd foul. I think if you're McElvain, you just stay behind Clarence Weatherspoon and make Clarence shoot over you.
Jerry Stackhouse for Rex Walters, posting Wingate. That is a move that Jerry Stackhouse has been working on assiduously in Sixer practice with Sixer head coach Johnny Davis. Stack with 4 here in the first half. Sixers get it to 11. Schrempf for Elo, and we have a foul on the floor. Clarence Weatherspoon, who often has to contend with players taller than he, actually not on the foul that time. It is Mark Davis who's called for the personal foul. First on him, second on the team. Sonics back to work with a fresh 24. Craig Elo in the game for the Sonics, wearing number 3, the longtime NBA veteran. Schrempf, pretty move. Davis helping Weatherspoon, but he walked with the ball. Detlef Schrempf is going to be 34 this month. The guy's had a great pro career, a great guy to have as a third banana.
Well, he was 6th man of the year, what, 91, 92, a couple-time All-Star. I mean, this guy's just a tremendous basketball player. Really knows how to fill up a stat sheet.
Lucius Harris would like to start with one column. That field goal is made. That was his first shot, and he draws the Sixers to within 9. Perkins, pretty up and under around Cage. Weatherspoon pinned it on the glass and be goaltending. Clarence Weatherspoon scored 2 for Sam Perkins that interrupts a 76er run.
Take a look at Sam. Easy Sam, the kiss right there off the glass. Woo! Tell you what, looked like a pretty good block by Clarence Weatherspoon. Ball did not look like it hit glass first before Spoon was able to get his fingertips on it.
That interrupted a 7-0 Sixer run. Wingate kicked it after he came up with it. That will turn it back over to the Sixers. Wingate, of course, originally a second-round pick of the 76ers back in the day. As Derek Coleman comes back for Michael Cage, Allen Iverson in for Mark Davis, and Wingate to the bench. And Percy Hawkins comes back to get him. Sixers here with a fresh 24, 4 and change gone. We're in the second. They trail by 11. Harris carried it. They call here for the travel. Sixers running Stackhouse now at the small forward. Up for grabs it goes. Weatherspoon, the good fight. Nice look for Coleman, who gets 2. All thanks to the hard work of Clarence Weatherspoon. Sixers get it to 9 again. Payton and Kemp right now on the bench here in the second. Perkins for 3. Iverson navigated everything but the finish. Stackhouse the pull. In among the timber, has it stripped. Snow had it knocked away, but finally the Sonics recover. Perkins posting Coleman, and Elo obliges. Boy, he rattled that baby home, didn't he?
Well, Sam was also trying to get the foul on Derek Coleman. As you saw Perkins bring the ball down low to up high to shooting position. He was trying to get under the arms of Derek Coleman. Thought he had contact. Officials did not call it.
Weatherspoon, nice look again for Harris.
Excellent feed by Clarence Weatherspoon. Spoon having a pretty good game. 5 rebounds, a couple assists. Has not scored yet.
Elo, that's for 3. Well, they got Craig Elo at 35 to hit some of those trays, and he has not so far in this season. Shooting just 36% and 29% from beyond the arc. Elo was questionable for tonight, a scratched cornea, but coming off the bench here in his 14th season. Five and a half to play before halftime. It is 36-27 Seattle. Schrempf, it'll count, and Detlef Schrempf will go to the line. Clarence Weatherspoon picks up the personal foul, his 2nd, and the 4th on the team. And Scott Williams comes back, gets spooned. So Stackhouse continues to run at small forward with Harris and Iverson in the Sixer backcourt, and that Detlef Schrempf line for two. The all-new Expedition is now available at your Quality Plus Ford dealer with 9 passenger seating and towing capacity up to 4 tons. It is Ford's all-new way to get there. Ford Expedition.
42.
Stackhouse posting Hawkins. Coleman instead working Schrempf. It'll count. Yes! Derek Coleman hacked in the act. Going to the line looking for the three-point play. Already in this game, Coleman just a board away from a team-leading 11th double-double.
Derek Coleman determined right there. No question on the continuation. Eric Snow called for the foul. Derek Coleman still strong enough to get that ball in his arms through the outstretched fingertips. Oh my, take that. Nobody boxing out the little guy, Allen Iverson, who rises up and just throws it down. Woo, my.
That is 2 magnificent plays so far tonight that Iverson has made purely on wit and athleticism. Cuts the Sonic advantage to 6.
Now, see, if you've been watching tape of the 76ers, you'd realize that Allen Iverson does that almost at every opportunity.
Now running with Harris and Stackhouse. Allen hacked on his way up by Snow. And Iverson sparking the 76ers here in the second. Will get 2 at the line and a chance to cut it to 4. For Snow, his second and the third on the team with 4.5 to go before halftime. And Allen Iverson, who may have taken a hit on that last play, will march to the stripe.
Good outlet pass. Allen Iverson's going to take it to the hoop, stretching out. Wow! Gets whacked across the left eye. Snow goes to the bench. Allen Iverson still rubbing his left eye. Gary Payton in.
Iverson coming into tonight, number 4 in the All-Star voting among Eastern guards. Michael Jordan, Penny Hardaway, Joe Dumars, 1 through 3.
He was 3rd last week, right?
Yes, he was.
Looks like they counted some of the Detroit votes, and Joe Dumars stepped up to the plate and took over 3rd spot.
Those Detroit votes historically late coming in. Remember?
Yeah. Hold them back, and then all of a sudden a big mad rush for the Detroit votes.
Iverson leads all rookies in scoring, assists, and steals, and right now 7th in the league in scoring, and among the leaders in assists and steals as well. Payton posting him, Coleman to double. Hawkins for 3. Harris a nice box out of Elo. Sixers down 6, 4 and change to go in the second. Sixers nearly turn it over. Iverson open for 3. Yes!
How about that? Down 16, 32-16. Sixers making a run here in the second quarter, down just 3 now.
With 3:45 to go before the break. Schrempf thinking 3, setting up Kemp, who ran into Lucius Harris. And the foul is going to be on Harris. That was 1 foul the 76ers had to give, so the Sonics shooting after this. Sonics back to work with a fresh 24. Kemp trying to bust Scott Williams. Schrempf for 3. Sonics in trouble if they're not hitting their outside shot. A team that thrives on easy baskets. Stackhouse missing the jumper.
Now keep in mind that the stat I gave you, if Seattle shoots 35.8% from downtown during the course of a ball game, they are 13-1.
And that's the NBA average.
Yep. And that's what George was looking at. He figured that out, tried to figure that thing out.
Payton beats the shot clock. Hawkins To the floor it goes. Schrempf diving. Payton restores calm with 2:45 to go. And a fresh 24 for the Sonics. Payton, the bad miss. Williams ripped it away. For Scott Williams, his 7th rebound here in the first half. The Sixers owning the glass by 11 and trailing by 3. Iverson running off the ball in this set. Beating Hawkins. Allen Iverson the miss. And on the follow, we have a Sixer foul, I believe.
On Scott Williams over the back.
We have a timeout as the Sixers come roaring back in the second.
Time to drive more. Introducing the 1997 Ford Contour for just $199 per month. More car for your money. With 5-passenger seating, safety cell construction, side door impact beams, and dual airbags. More features. Ford Contour with responsive power and quadra-link suspension. More control. Better handling. Drive Contour for just $199 per month. More value. $199 per month for a limited time. Only from your Quality Plus Ford dealer. Ford Contour. One more reason to drive more.
Rolling Stone is calling The People vs. Larry Flynt the best picture of the year. Hallelujah! The New York Times calls it a blazing triumph.
All I do is publish a magazine!
I'd rather have a man that stands up for what he believes in.
Nominated for 5 Golden Globes. Jeez. Including Best Director.
We're breaking taboos.
Is that the Tin Man? And Best Picture.
Mr. Flint, you are a handful. I know, Your Honor.
The People vs. Larry Flynt. Rated R. Now playing in select cities.
42% of all murdered women are killed by men who promise to love them. Help stop domestic violence.
It's full-court college basketball action all season on the Big Ten Network as conference rivals crash the boards in search of the Big Ten Hoops title. Catch the excitement right here on the Big Ten Network.
Let's take a look at the Seattle Supersonics. Gary Payton to Allen Iverson. The ball swings from the top from Harris to Iverson. There was a mix-up defensively because Payton was on Harris. That means nobody picked up Allen Iverson, who dropped the 3 ball. 76ers this quarter, 8 of 16. Seattle 3 of 15. Keep in mind what they shot the first quarter was fantastic. 21.4% only for the Sixers. Now all of a sudden they are 8 of 16, 50%. We said if they were going to get back into it, they had to start stroking the ball a lot better. Seattle just 3 of 15.
Shawn Kemp going to the line for the Sonics, who could use something from the foul line. Lord knows they're not getting it from the field here in the second.
3 of 15, and they have not had a field goal in the last 4 minutes.
You could see Illinois Wesleyans, Jack Sickman, who played for the '79 Sonic champions, will be our guest coming up.
There's a guy that could teach a few big men about the game of post play.
That drop step, baby.
Yeah.
Nothing like that drop step. And jump. Deadly. Coleman crossing over against Kent. Sixers their 13th turnover. In all honesty, though, relatively speaking, taking better care of the basketball here in the second.
Yeah, that's just their 4th turnover here in the second.
Schrempf against Stackhouse. He's got about a half a foot on him. Coleman snares his 10th board, and I stand corrected from my earlier statement. Now officially his team leading 12th double-double for Coleman, who's got 10 and 10 and 4 blocks in the first half. Stackhouse, brilliant look for Cage, who slammed for 2.
Now the offense is rolling here in the second quarter.
Sixers get it to 3 again. Iverson falling, Payton seeing daylight, but Stackhouse blotted out the sun. Iverson, Stackhouse trailing for 2, and the Sixers get it to 1.
Seattle very nonchalant here in the second quarter. They are not the same team. Sixers taking them out of their normal rhythm here in the second quarter. Cut the lead to 1.
Under a minute to play. Schrempf.
Sixers have an opportunity to go in halftime with the lead after being down 16.
The Sonics as cold as the snow that relentlessly pelted this city last week. Some 2 feet. Coleman has a mismatch in Hawkins. Kent trying to erase it. DC bangs home 2 more, and the Sixers lead it by 1 with a half minute to go here in the second. Sixers darted out to that 4-0 lead. The Sonics quickly erased it, led by as many as 16. Hawkins, that's for 3. Schrempf bumping Cage. The ball knocked by Detlef Schrempf out of bounds. The Sixers will have it. They will hold for 1 and look to go into the locker room with a halftime advantage.
Seattle does have a foul to give at some point.
And the shot clock is unplugged. Iverson and Payton. Iverson for 2, yes! Allen Iverson, his 4th field goal, and the Sixers lead by 3.
Well, I'm surprised Seattle didn't foul either. They had that 1 to give, and it cost George Karl and the Seattle Supersonics. Sixers up by 3 here at halftime. Seattle has not scored in about the last 6 minutes. Sixers taking advantage of that situation. Allen Iverson, 0.8 of a second left. Boom! All net for Allen.
You are watching 76ers basketball here on Sports Channel. A 26-10 advantage for the Sixers in the second. Our halftime show after this.
To demonstrate the basketball coverage you'll get with NBA League Pass on DirecTV, we've enlisted the help of our friend Larry. For example, here's the NBA coverage without DirecTV. Not bad, Larry, but here's the NBA League Pass on DirecTV. Just call 1-800-492-4DTV right now, and we'll give you this cool limited edition NBA League Pass DirecTV jacket and the full season broadcast schedule. It's obvious with NBA League Pass on DirecTV, we've got you covered.
Get in there. Hey, good shot. What's the score? Game point. Hello. How about 2 out of 3?
Announcing the Adventure Discovered Sweepstakes.
I've been shopping. Big time. It's all right here on my Discover card statement.
Use your Discover card, and you could win everything on Boyd Matson's statement.
Patagonia. It's me. 2 tickets on American. My new Jeep.
Plus, you'll join him on
a National Geographic filming expedition.
It's the grand prize in the Adventure Discovered Sweepstakes.
Well, I've done my shopping. Have you?
It pays to discover. Watch National Geographic Explorer on TBS.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
That isn't the last one, is it?
Yeah, why?
Did I mention that I found the negatives from your bachelor party?
Yeah. Shame if Carla found out about that whole Niagara thing.
Can you say cubic zirconia?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Room service.
Welcome back, everyone, to Seattle, where the 76ers shocked the Sonics here in the second, and they assume the 3-point advantage here at the break. Welcome back, everyone, to Key Arena here in Seattle, along with Steve Mix. I'm Mark Sumoff. 76ers, we said it earlier, they sprinted to the 4-0 advantage. The Sonics then scored 9 straight, eventually bolting to the 16-point advantage. But in the second quarter, they outscore Seattle 26-10. How do they do it?
Well, they just, we mentioned it in the start of the second quarter. They had to stroke the ball much better. Second quarter, 12 of 20, 60%. Consequently, when you're feeling good offensively, a lot of times you have a tendency to go back and play good, solid defense instead of letting your defense create offense for you. I think the 76ers, feeling good offensively, went back and started creating defensively as well, because the Seattle Supersonics just 3 of 18 for 16%. So defensively, they're doing a good job. Offensively, they're doing a good job. They're out rebounding the Supersonics. Hey, let's get out of here with a W. Go down to San Jose tomorrow night.
Hey, let me see your Jack Sikma imitation. Can you do that with the drop step?
You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
That's a good move, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very good move.
I'm surprised more players don't have it.
Indeed. In just a moment, we'll be in conversation with a terrific center and a gentleman as well, Jack Sikma, the former Sonic great, as we continue with our halftime show here in Seattle right after this.
You're not with AT&T, are you?
No, I'm not.
So, are you happy?
Not really.
I was happier with AT&T. Well, we're making it simple to come back. How'd you like to get 100 free minutes just for switching to AT&T? That would be wonderful.
That's a real gift.
Well, there's a lot more. Introducing the new AT&T One Rate plan. Just 15 cents a minute on calls from home to anybody, anytime, anywhere in America.
That's great. It's a flat rate, anytime, anybody, anywhere.
I'm going to presume there's going to be a charge involved.
No, it's free.
It's even better.
No fees, no minimum spending, no time requirements, no restrictions, no games.
You can't beat that.
Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT. You'll get one low rate plus 100 free minutes for switching to AT&T. So what do you think?
I think the 100 free minutes is awesome.
The One Rate plan is excellent.
There's no restrictions, no limits.
So what are you going to do?
Pick up the phone and switch to AT&T.
One rate, 100 minutes. Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT to switch.
There's this building down on Broad Street, a new building of steel and stone and a foundation that rests on a gritty tradition of sweat and glory and an unspoiled pride that's united our city and neighborhoods. There's this building down on Broad Street called the Core State Center, the new home of the Flyers and Sixers. And along with the Core State spectrum, it stands as an unmistakable symbol of Core State's commitment to the region and to all of you. The Core State Center, where a whole new history is about to be written.
Get ready to hit the hardwood when Sports Channel takes you inside the best college basketball games in the nation. Catch all the passes, all the shots, and all the excitement with Sports Channel's exclusive coverage of the Big East, Big Ten, and hometown teams. It's the fun and frenzy of college basketball, only on Sports Channel. It's a Saturday triple header. At 2, Miami takes on Georgetown. At 4, Notre Dame battles Rutgers. And at 8, Iowa meets Penn State, exclusively on Sports Channel.
Welcome back to Seattle, and no, that is not a misprint. The 76ers with a 3-point advantage over the Seattle Supersonics here at halftime, 42-39 at the Key Arena. Let's take a look at the halftime stats. As you take a look, 76ers in the first quarter, just 21%, 6 of 28 in the second quarter. Ooh, boy, what a turnaround. 12 of 20 for 60%. Seattle, on the other hand, 48% in the first quarter. Just like the 76ers in the first quarter themselves, they couldn't find it. Seattle couldn't find the bucket in the second quarter, going just 3 of 18. 76ers defense, very good interior defense in the second quarter, in the second half, or in the first half, 6 block shots. The season high is 8. Now you come down, take a look at the rebounds. 76ers, 34 rebounds to just 20 for Seattle. But the 76ers could have a few more points on the board if they could have cut down on the turnovers. 13 turnovers for the Philadelphia 76ers, and Seattle has 9 steals. So your perimeter passing by the 76ers has to become better here in the second half if they're going to get out of this thing with a W. Bench points, good sign for the 76ers as they have 11 bench points. 76ers bench being outscored in 13 straight ball games by the opponent's bench. We'll be back with Jack Sikma and more exciting action, and Mark Zumoff, my partner, right after this.
Now is the time to drive more. Introducing the 1997 Ford Contour for just $199 per month. More car for your money. With 5-passenger seating, safety cell construction, side door impact beams, and dual airbags. More features. Ford Contour with responsive power and quadra-link suspension. More control, better handling. Drive Contour for just $199 per month. More value. Or get $750 cash back only from your Quality Plus Ford dealer. Ford Contour, $199 a month or $750 cash back.
A friend of mine told me, try America Online. I said, why? I've got a computer. He said, try it. You'll see. It's simple. Every time you sign on,
Welcome.
it tells you if you've got mail.
You've got mail.
Want to send some email? Type the message, click here, and it's done. I like this. With one click, I can browse all kinds of great features on America Online. I've gotten help with my golf swing, planned my next vacation. I even get stock price updates every 15 minutes. America Online has over 100 newspapers and magazines, everything from Business Week Online to Cycle World, and I can browse them all. With America Online, you can point and click your way across the internet. And their web browser makes it easy to explore the World Wide Web. Call the toll-free number and you'll receive your free startup kit and 50 free hours to look around. It's worth a try. You'll see.
Try the new America Online. Call 1-800-347-5533 for your free startup kit and 50 free hours. Call now.
Welcome back, everyone, to Key Arena in Seattle, where the 76ers lead the Sonics by 3 here at the break. Mark Zumoff with you, and of course, I am most pleased to present a guy who probably should be in the Hall of Fame. Over 17,000 points and 10,000 boards for his career. Won a championship as the center for the Seattle Supersonics in 1979. We speak, of course, about one Jack Sikma. First of all, your comments in the first half.
Well, I was anxious to see Philadelphia again with Iverson and Stackhouse and Coleman working together, and I think game got a little tough on the Sonic side in the second quarter, but I think Philly showed their athletic ability and got a bright future in front of them.
Which Iverson play did you like better, off the missed foul or the dying quail that Coleman sent up there?
Well, actually, I missed the missed foul shot. I was turning, talking to somebody, but my wife saw it.
See, in Philly, we know better. We stay in our seat.
I guess so, and I didn't realize how explosive he was. He's quick going laterally and get by people, and also can rise off the floor. Again, you can tell some experience will help a lot. There's some decision-making still that has to improve, but a young player can make a lot of things happen. I also thought that Derek Coleman, who has, had kind of reputation of maybe not being consistent, had a very consistent first half, strong, big body in there, and that inside-outside combination is what's needed in this league, and so we'll see what happens.
My basketball knowledge is vastly limited. I referred to your move as a drop step. Steve Mix corrected me. He said it's more of an inside pivot move. I don't know if you could do the Fred Astaire thing here and maybe demonstrate it, but at the very least, was that an original, or did you copy that from someone?
I'll tell you what happened. I grew late in high school. I grew up learning the game facing the basket, and when I got 10 inches of height in 2 years, I had to learn how to play with my back to the basket. Never got real comfortable with it. In college, my college coach at Illinois Wesleyan University, Denny Bridges, and I spent a ton of time developing a move, and it turned out to be this inside pivot. Why not face the basket as soon as you can? I wasn't real strong then. Inside pivot helped me create a little room. I was a good shooter, got my shot off, brought it to the league, and it worked well, and it's what I worked everything else off of. Actually, later in my career, it changed a little bit because double teams happen and sent people all the time and that kind of thing, and then I moved more to face-up shooter, that type of thing.
As I remember, in your days with the Bucks, you were almost a three-point territory.
Well, as things moved on, that's what happened. We had some good post players. Terry Cummings was there for a while, and a few other people. We posted guards. Nelson had that kind of point forward situation, and just tried to change up a lot of different things. So I ended up having to adjust a little bit, but nowadays with the three-point line the way it is, and Sam Perkins is my idol. I mean, that's the type of game I'd love to have and could have had maybe.
You won a title here in '79, your second year in the league. What was the greatest ingredient that team had that enabled you to win it all?
I think defensively we were committed. Lenny Wilkins, our coach, then kind of taught control the paint, make them shoot over the top of us. We had some great athletic ability in our guards, both defensively and offensively, that if we're able to make teams miss, we controlled that defensive board and got it to Gus or DJ or John Johnson on the break and let him go.
The toughest guy you ever played against, and why?
I played a lot of games against Kareem, and a fantastic player, very smart, the sky hook. Moses was in my kind of time slot, never anyone more tenacious. Robert Parrish, fantastic player. So, we played against a lot of the good centers in the history of the game, and nothing but respect for the people in my era, which were the late 70s and the 80s decade. The game has changed a little bit since then, but it was a fun time to be part of it.
Thank you for being our guest.
Enjoyed being here. Thank you.
Jack Sikma, our guest, halftime here on Sports Channel. The 76ers leading the Supersonics right now by 3. Steve Mix with some first half highlights.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. Good interview, by the way. I enjoyed listening to Jack. Great player in his day. Let's take a look at some of the exciting action. Derek Coleman with the wide shot or the pass, depending on who you're talking to. Allen Iverson with the big finish and the jam. Now, let's take a look at Gary Payton. Iverson going behind the screen. Gary Payton going to his right. Iverson trying to cut him off. Whoop. Goodbye. Hello. Good night. Now let's take a look at DC. Stackhouse driving. Derek Coleman. Big time rebound. Coming up right here on the feed from Spoon. Tell you what, you take a look at Weatherspoon going up high, pulling down 5 boards in the first half, doing a good job between 2 Supersonics, then able to get that ball over. Now, interior defense. Good block by Jerry Stackhouse. It starts on the defensive end in the second quarter. Stackhouse, the dish from Iverson, back to Stack for the layup. The 76ers are coming back. Let's take a look. Allen Iverson once again pulling back out. ISO against Gary Payton. Drop down pass to DC. Up and under the kiss off the glass. Whoo, my, oh my. The Sixers with a 3-point lead here at halftime. Doing a good job in the second quarter. Shooting 60%. We'll be back with second half action right after this.
Can't get any worse than this.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I stand corrected.
Make it a Bud Light.
They're never gonna get it open.
You know us, we're Core States Bank, but you may not know about our hard-working CoreFlex account. Open it and you'll enjoy real flexibility, convenience, and special savings like free check writing, preferred rates on savings accounts, free Core States Advantage card, no annual fee Visa or MasterCard credit card, and more. And CoreFlex is just one of the accounts we offer, designed to meet your special needs. Find the one that fits you best at Core States Bank.
Along with Steve Mix, Mark Zumoff, the action tonight on Sports Channel, and we mean action. The 76ers with a 26-10 second quarter, powering them to the 3-point lead as we begin the third quarter of play. Hawkins and Payton for Seattle. McIlvain with the 3 personal fouls in the middle. Schrempf and Kemp winging him up front. Kemp cut off by Williams, but a nice play by McIlvain, studying the flight of the ball and getting his first 2 of the game. That's half his average.
Now the Philadelphia 76ers are going to have to come out and match the intensity of the Seattle Supersonics here in the third quarter. You know they're going to come out and play good, solid defense. That's their game. They're going to push the basketball up. 76ers have to match it.
McIlvain, you saw moments ago, the block, that's what they got him for. And we have an offensive foul on Shawn Kemp. For Kemp, only his first personal foul.
Sixers with just one player in double-figure scoring. That was Derek Coleman. He also pulled down 10 boards as well.
McIlvain cut off by Coleman. Stackhouse prowling for the steal. Weatherspoon sets Stackhouse free. Iverson around Hawkins. Jerry at the baseline nurses home 2 more. So that time the Sixers take a page out of the Sonic book, and the turnover leads to 2 more. Schrempf answers at the other end. Schrempf with 8. He averages 17. Iverson looking off for Weatherspoon. The Sixers retain possession. Iverson at halftime, 9 points, 4 assists, and 4 turnovers. McIlvaine off the Coleman miss. Payton for the lead. Coleman, his 11th rebound. Iverson for three. Both teams 2 for 9 from the arc. Schrempf for three.
Well, Seattle is just struggling from downtown. 2 of 9. Remember what George Karl said? If they can hit the average, 35.8, they are 13-1. Sixers doing a good job of defending the perimeter tonight.
Weatherspoon taking McIlvaine, the 7-footer, off the dribble. Can't can the dunk, but Williams comes down with the offensive board, throws it up with 2 to go on the shot clock. The Sixers never draw iron, so the shot clock violation on the Sixers, and they turn it over to the Seattle Supersonics. They do so with 2.5 gone here in the third, nursing the 1-point advantage. Coleman helping Iverson against Payton. Schrempf. And as he squeezes around Williams, Scotty has called for the personal foul. That's number 4 on him.
Detlef Schrempf getting baseline right there. You can see Scott Williams with the hip into Detlef. They'll bring Michael Cage off the bench.
Cage, who played 9 minutes in the first half, in for Williams, who has acquitted himself well with the 8 rebounds, coming off that 10-rebound performance in his hometown of Los Angeles on Sunday against the Lakers. McIlvaine trying to squeeze out Iverson. Kemp had it stripped. Sixers aggressive defensively here. Schrempf and living beautiful.
Big hand move by Detlef Schrempf, just picking the ball up off the dribble, kind of weaving the ball through defensive traffic. Was able to get the hoop.
Schrempf joining Kemp in double figures, 10 apiece. Sonics assume the 1-point advantage. Stackhouse after Hawkins gamble. Boy, McIlvaine rubbed out Stackhouse there, but Payton gave it up. Schrempf again. Derek Coleman has 12 rebounds in this one. His season high is 13.
He's going to break that.
Stackhouse, good look off for Cage, who was fouled from behind by Gary Payton.
Foul number 20, Gary Payton. His second.
Number 2 on him.
Jerry Stackhouse finding Cage off the double team. Now, who comes to double? McIlvaine. They're leaving Michael Cage, and anytime that McIlvaine goes down to double team, Michael Cage has to dart into the paint. You have to find Michael at that stage.
This to break the tie. 2 for Cage, only 44% from the line on the season. The Sixers nudge ahead with 4 and change gone here in the third. Kemp wants Coleman. McIlvaine off the floor. Fresh 24 for Seattle. McIlvaine.
Yikes. Not exactly the guy you want shooting 18-foot jump shot.
Coleman past the gambling Kemp, who hacked him from behind. Schrempf also in there, and for Detlef Schrempf, the personal foul is his.
Allen Iverson on the wing, on the entry pass. Derek Coleman doing a good job of not allowing Shawn Kemp to come high side and strip him of the basketball and get the steal.
Mark Bradkey into the game for Michael Cage. DC will get another.
crowd is very quiet tonight. 76ers doing a good job of keeping Supersonics fans out of this ballgame.
That's not easy to do. They are rabid here, and in fact, they have sold out already every game this season. I don't mean the 15 they played. I mean they're sold out for the entire year. Hawkins for three. Hersey Hawkins. Well, he is certainly one source for them for the outside.
Shooting 38% from downtown. Shrimps shooting 38% from downtown. Perkins at 41%, but tonight Seattle has struggled from downtown tonight. 2 of 9 at halftime.
Iverson, tough shot. The delivery by Derek Coleman. Iverson now with 13. Sixer lead is 2.
Oh!
Kemp pushed off after the miss by Payton. It'll be personal number 2 on Shawn Kemp, and we have a timeout. So no early run by the Sonics. Instead, the 76ers still leading by a deuce. We'll be back.
This holiday season, my good friend gave to me 7 Keystone jackpots, 6 wild card lottos, 5 cash 5, 4 big 4s, 3 daily numbers, 2 instant games.
Happy holidays, Rita.
Thanks, Joe.
What a great gift.
Pennsylvania Lottery tickets make great gifts, like stocking stuffer. So give them to all the great people on your list.
Happy holidays.
And best wishes from the lottery.
It's time to drive more. Ford Windstar. More versatile than ever. With spacious 7-passenger seating. More room for the family. Ford Windstar. The highest rated minivan with a 5-star safety rating. More standard safety features. Ford Windstar now with $1,000 cash back. More value. Drive more for less with $1,000 cash back on Ford Windstar for a limited time. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer today and drive more.
Get ready to hit the hardwood when Sports Channel takes you inside the best college basketball games in the nation. Catch all the passes, all the shots, and all the excitement with Sports Channel's exclusive coverage of the Big East, Big Ten, and hometown teams. It's the fun and frenzy of college basketball, only on Sports Channel. It's a Saturday tripleheader. At 2, Miami takes on Georgetown. At 4, Notre Dame battles Rutgers. And at 8, Iowa meets Penn State, exclusively on Sports Channel.
Sixers still in front, 6.5 to play here in the third. Don't miss this fantastic opportunity to see the 76ers in action at the beautiful Core State Center. Still time to reserve your premium seating. Come join us and help welcome the 76ers to their brand new arena where you can enjoy all the luxury amenities available in the club boxes, the luxury suites, and the single event suites. For more info, please call the premium seating department. They will be happy to assist you. The number 215-389-9500. The Core State Center, a beautiful facility, as you've heard, and no better way to see an event than in a premium seat. Iverson, the Sonics attacking him. Allen gets rid of it to DC, moving against Kemp. On wrestling they go. Stackhouse wins the war, comes up with 2 more. Jerry, the third Sixer into double figures with 10, and they nudge ahead by 4 now, matching their largest lead when they sprang ahead 4-0 shortly after tip.
Sixers doing a great job on the boards tonight, out-rebounding Seattle 41-27.
Kemp tied up by Coleman. To the floor they go, and Iverson scoops it up. A smattering of boos here at Key Arena as Coleman has it stripped but got it back. Stackhouse setting up Bradkey, rejected by McIlvaine. And finally Weatherspoon comes up with it. Stackhouse for 3, in and out. And a whistle as McIlvaine comes down with a rebound and a foul on Mark Bradkey.
First ball foul, number 50, Mark Bradkey, his first, second team.
Perkins in for McIlvaine for the Sonics. Clarence Weatherspoon to the bench. And Michael Cage coming back for him as the Sixers continue to rule the glass. In fact, on the season, out-rebounding the opponent by an average of 2 per game.
Third best rebounding team in the NBA. Second best offensive team, 12th best defensive rebounding team.
Payton working Iverson, and they strip it from him. They strip it from the defensive player of the year last year in the NBA. Lucius Harrison as the Sixers running small again with Stackhouse at small forward. Iverson, the stare and dare against Hawkins. Crosses over wonderfully off the glass. It's too strong. And Coleman is there for the board and the miss. And finally, Shrimp has it for the Sonics. Shovels to Hawkins. And this running game is what got Seattle that early first half advantage.
Well, they've got to do a better job on the defensive boards if they expect to run. 76ers doing a great job on the offensive boards, not allowing Seattle to get out and run. Once again, fine passing on the perimeter, down low to Michael Cage for the deuce. 4-point lead now for the Sixers.
Derek Coleman dropping the delivery, his third assist. Perkins, and Cage was in there defensively. It'll be Michael on the personal foul. That is his first. 3 on the Sixer team. In fact, each team with 3 personal fouls. I should say team fouls. With 4:14 remaining here in the third. The Sixers holding 4. Sam Perkins in his 13th year from North Carolina. Line for 2. Steve, you have often talked about needing a guy to come off the bench and have the potential at least to score 20, and he certainly is a guy who can do that.
Yeah, Perkins is one of those guys. He's got 25 season highs so far this year. And then for the 76ers, the only guy to score 20 or more for the Philadelphia 76ers off the bench was Mark Davis, and that was the last time these two teams met. Mark Davis comes off the bench to get 20. 76ers bench still outscored 43-27, but Mark came in, did a great job for the 76ers the last time these two teams met.
One guy capable of that, Don McClain, very close to being healthy now. We look forward to him perhaps appearing on this road trip on the injured list for 13 games with that hip injury. Stackhouse missing the deuce. Coleman skying for that one. In among the timbers, slams for 2. Derek Coleman has 16 and a season high 14 rebounds.
Well, I'll tell you what, Seattle just doesn't do a very good job of boxing out. They rely on their athleticism once the shot goes up to get the defensive board. You still have to put a body on somebody. Derek Coleman, just a straight run at the basketball, the spin, taking it up strong and throwing it down with the right hand.
That last foul was on Michael Cage. It is his second. 4 on the team, so the Sonics shooting after this. And it looks as though Sean Kemp might be bleeding, and that means he'll have to come out of the game.
Johnny, you won't want to do it.
At least until the next stoppage. And the Sonics going smaller here as replacing the 6'10 Sean Kemp is the 6'5 David Windham. 76ers basketball is brought to you by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who reminds you that fresh beer tastes better, and now introducing new Born on Dating. It's the day your Bud was born. Is your beer fresh? Sonics working here with a fresh 24. Perkins against Cage. Coleman, his 15th rebound, and he is fouled shortly thereafter by Sam Perkins.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if George Karl gets a technical foul here pretty soon. He doesn't have any calls really going his way. Might want to try and change the tempo a little bit. George might jump on one of the officials, get the tee. Now the shot comes up short. There's just not a whole lot of intensity out there by the Seattle Supersonics. 76ers taking Seattle out of their ball game, not allowing them to run.
Coleman bowls over Detlef Schrempf. DC with the offensive foul. It's number 2 on him.
Offensive foul, 44, Derek Coleman, his second.
Watch Derek Coleman's right shoulder, puts the ball on the floor, boom, right there into the chest of Detlef Schrempf. No argument from DC on that call.
For the Sixers, 15 turnovers, the Lions share 9, if I'm correct, coming in the first quarter. Now Payton even struggling. He's 4 for 16, though. The Sonics get it back, and Payton sets up Hawkins for the 3. Cage in a war with Payton. Out of bounds it goes, and the Sixers will have it.
Even open shot, Seattle's not hitting.
And we have a timeout called by the 76ers, who lead with under 3 minutes to go in the third. We'll be back.
Announcing the Adventure Discovered Sweepstakes.
I've been shopping. Big time. It's all right here on my Discover card statement.
Use your Discover card, and you could win everything on Boyd Matson's statement.
Patagonia. It's me. 2 tickets on American. My new Jeep.
Plus, you'll join him on
a National Geographic filming expedition.
It's the grand prize in the Adventure Discovered Sweepstakes.
Well, I've done my shopping. Have you?
It pays to discover. Watch National Geographic Explorer on TBS.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Get ready to hit the hardwood when Sports Channel takes you inside the best college basketball games in the nation. Catch all the passes, all the shots, and all the excitement with Sports Channel's exclusive coverage of the Big East, Big Ten, and hometown teams. It's the fun and frenzy of college basketball, only on Sports Channel. It's a Saturday tripleheader. At 2, Miami takes on Georgetown. At 4, Notre Dame battles Rutgers. And at 8, Iowa meets Penn State, exclusively on Sports Channel.
You know, Mark, you and I have talked about some of the best forwards in the NBA, and we talked about this matchup between Kemp and Malone for a long time. I think when you take a look at Derek Coleman, the chuck wagon, and then you take a look at Kemp and Malone, there's 4 good solid forwards in the NBA. Derek Coleman tonight showing what he's made of, outscoring, out-rebounding, doing a better job defensively, doubling up the blocks of Kemp. Derek Coleman outplaying Sean Kemp tonight.
And here in the third, where the Sonics were expected by their home fans to make a statement, DC has spoken the loudest. 4 points and 6 boards to a scoreless Kemp, who has 2 rebounds. Now to work on Trent as DC. Wingate, the personal foul, sneaking in, looking for the steal. That is personal number 3 on him. Both teams in the penalty.
Take a look at Wingate coming down. Thought he had all ball, but no question there was wrist and forearm involved in that strip.
You know, I thought Derek Coleman really set the tone tonight for the 76ers. 3 of his 4 blocks coming in that first quarter.
And that's what somebody has to do for the 76ers. Somebody's got to step up and say, okay, I'm the guy that's going to lead this team. I think Derek Coleman should be that guy. He's the veteran on the team. You got Stackhouse, who's a second-year player, and you have Iverson, who's a first-year player. Who's the veteran that guy should be looking up to? Derek Coleman. And tonight, well, I'll tell you what, he's done a marvelous job.
He could be heading for 2020. He's got 17 and 16 boards right now. The Sixers with their largest lead at 5. Schrempf testing DC. A good bounce for Schrempf, as only red-shirted Sixers were waiting for the count. 2 minutes to play in the third. Coleman again forced it up against Schrempf, thought he had the foul. None forthcoming. Perkins for the tie. Payton off the missed 3, gets 2. Payton with his first bucket here in the second half. He's 5 for 17 on the night. Here a guy shooting almost 50% for the season, and now they're into it here in Seattle as their team draws to within 1. Iverson, that's for 3. Hawkins has it. And with a bucket and a half to go, the Sonics look to go in front. And Wingate was out of bounds after Payton dropped it off to him. And the Sixers will take charge. Sean Kemp rumbles back into this one, in for Sam Perkins. Kemp, who had that monstrous final last year, a guy who really has improved himself to the point where he is the legit superstar now. A mere 10 and 7 on 2 for 8 shooting. 3 other players have taken more shots in the game, for the Sonics anyway, than Sean Kemp. Right now, his team trailing the Sixers by 1. Stackhouse driving on Hawkins. And Hersey Hawkins with a hand check foul, and with both teams in the penalty, Jerry Stackhouse will be marching to the line for the first time tonight.
Jerry Stackhouse to the free throw line, shooting one plus the penalty shot,
76ers will be in San Jose tomorrow. The Golden State Warriors will be the host. A 10:30 start. All the action right here on Sports Channel. You saw USA Today, and you talk about combined field goal percentage, foul shooting, and three-point percentage. The Warriors are the best in the NBA. Kemp now has Cage on him. They swing the other way for Schrempf. Sixers knock it out of bounds. Still 11 to shoot for Seattle. And 53.6 seconds to go here in the third. Wingate, boy, I'd give him the shot. Coleman went tumbling. Kemp over Cage out of bounds, and it belonged to the Sixers.
Sixers much more aggressive than Seattle here tonight. Crowd didn't like that call, but when you're aggressive, you happen to get those kind of calls.
Payton takes the plunge. Coleman against Schrempf, and he walked to the ball. And there's Coleman, nose to nose with Schrempf after that turnover by DC.
Good call by the official, Derek Coleman.
Double T.
Double technical. And the official right on top of the walk by Derek Coleman. Watch him shuffle his feet, no question. And then all of a sudden, Schrempf tries to steal the ball. Derek Coleman does not appreciate that. And a double technical call on Schrempf and Coleman.
On a post-up play in Utah, Karl Malone and Derek Coleman were assessed double technicals. So duly noted here, with a half minute to go and about a 9-second difference between the clocks here in the third. Kemp testing Cage. Michael the Hack, and the foul in the act. Personal number 3 on Cage, as mentioned earlier. Both teams well in the penalty. And Sean Kemp will tread to the line for the Sonics.
Let's take a look at Kemp's feet. Does he move? That's a walk. you got to keep that right foot stationary. He's moving that right foot before everything. I mean, both feet are moving. Ball is not touching the floor. That should have been a walk. Just as that was a walk on Derek Coleman at the other end.
Kemp, we are told, leads the NBA in traveling violations.
That should have been one more added to the list.
The shot clock unplugged here. Sixers with the option of holding for one. Sonic defense is aggressive. Sixers lead by 1. Time remaining in the third. Stackhouse is doubled on the perimeter. Johnny Davis had the call before the trailing official, Mike Callahan. Nonetheless, Callahan with the whistle, and the personal foul is on David Wingate. Number 4 on him.
David Wingate, no question, he's still moving laterally. You can be moving forward, backwards, whatever, but once you're moving from side to side, that becomes a block. Wingate was still moving to his left as Jerry Stackhouse put the ball on the floor, so that's a good call by the official.
The Sixers, in their last 4, 79% shooting from the line. That included 91% at Denver. The NBA average, by the way, about 73 or 74%. 1 of 2 for Stack. And the Sixers by 2. A last gasp here for the Sonics. Kemp, that's for 3. Yes! Iverson! No! That would have counted. You're watching 76ers basketball here on Sports Channel. So Sean Kemp, stumbling through the third quarter, ends the period with an exclamation point.
Evil beware. Evil be warned.
I killed him.
Years ago. Evil, be ready.
Well, guess what? He's back.
There are those who say he is only a myth. Soon, they will discover the Phantom is real.
The Phantom, playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
I didn't do this. You gotta believe me.
I don't care. I'm your attorney.
You're worse than the thugs you represent.
Thank you, John. Let's establish one thing. I won the death penalty.
There was someone else in that room.
There was a third person? I get this feeling you're not telling me something.
You can't solve the mystery.
I don't believe you. I want you to tell me the truth.
Until you face the fear.
You're on dangerous ground here.
Primal fear. Keep the secret.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Results. Rolling Stone is calling The People vs. Larry Flint the best picture of the year. Hallelujah! The New York Times calls it a blazing triumph.
All I do is publish a magazine.
I'd rather have a man that stands up for what he believes in.
Nominated for 5 Golden Globes.
Jeez.
Including Best Director.
We're breaking taboos.
Is that the Tin Man?
And Best Picture.
Mr. Flint, you are a handful.
I know, Your Honor.
The People vs. Larry Flint. Rated R. Now playing in select cities.
East Coast Collectibles wants to know, what's your favorite sport? Football, baseball, basketball, hockey, racing, boxing, tennis, golf. All answers are right at East Coast Collectibles. We carry autographed collectibles in all sports and all your favorite players. Treat yourself or get the perfect gift for any sports enthusiast. East Coast Collectibles is an Upper Deck authenticated dealer. Our reputation is our most valued asset.
Welcome back to Key Arena, where the Sonics hold a 1-point advantage over the Sixers at the end of 3. Why? Shawn Kemp coming up big with 2.5 seconds to go. Gives them the lead.
Kemp had 3 3-pointers coming into this game. He is 2 for 2 from beyond the arc tonight. As we begin the fourth with Lucius Harris and Allen Iverson in the backcourt. That's Iverson colliding with Wingate. And Iverson records the offensive foul, his second personal of the night.
Unlike Jerry Stackhouse closing the end of the third quarter, Wingate, I thought, was still moving. Stackhouse did not throw the shoulder into, when you take a look defensively, he did not throw the shoulder into Wingate. That time, Iverson threw the shoulder into Wingate, consequently the offensive call.
Schrempf looking for Kemp. Iverson bangs it off him out of bounds. It'll belong to Seattle.
And a new 24-second. Said Iverson had control of the basketball.
Setting the Sixers for you, Jerry Stackhouse is at the small forward with Clarence Weatherspoon at power forward and Michael Cage at the center. Coleman, who richly deserves the rest, getting it here in the fourth, as Cage, the goaltend, scored 2 for the Sonics, who now lead by 3.
Defensive pressure for the Seattle Supersonics picked up the first possession of the by the Philadelphia 76ers.
Payton, the master of the steal, running 3-on-1.
Boom! Shawn Kemp feeling good on the steal. Defensive pressure. First 2 possessions by the Sixers picked up tremendously. Supersonics taking advantage of that. Johnny Davis said, "Time out, guys. Let's talk about it."
You know us, we're Core States Bank. But you may not know about our hard-working Blue Ribbon banking account. Open it and you'll enjoy real value, convenience, and savings, like special savings interest rates, free safe deposit box, Core States Gold Advantage card, no annual fee Visa or MasterCard credit card, and more. And Blue Ribbon Banking is just one of the accounts we offer to meet your special needs. Find the one that fits you best at Core States Bank.
You're not with AT&T, are you?
No, I'm not.
So, are you happy?
Not really.
I was happier with AT&T. Well, we're making it simple to come back. How'd you like to get 100 free minutes just for switching to AT&T?
That would be wonderful.
That's a real gift.
Well, there's a lot more. Introducing the new AT&T One Rate plan. Just 15 cents a minute on calls from home to anybody, anytime, anywhere in America.
That's great. It's a flat rate, anytime, anybody, anywhere.
I'm going to presume there's going to be a charge involved.
No, it's free.
It's even better.
No fees, no minimum spending, no time requirements, no restrictions, no games.
You can't beat that.
Call 1-800-YES-2ATT. You'll get one low rate plus 100 free minutes for switching to AT&T. So what do you think?
I think the 100 free minutes is awesome.
The one-rate plan is excellent. There's no restrictions, no limits.
So what are you going to do?
Pick up the phone and switch to AT&T.
One rate, 100 minutes. Call 1-800-YES-2ATT to switch.
We are back at the Key Arena where the Supersonics 4-zip run here to open up the fourth 7-0 run in the last 58 seconds. Why? The defensive pressure has picked up tremendously by the Seattle Supersonics. Payton to Snow to Kemp for the big finish.
Kemp, a guy who started slowly but could very easily have a big finish as the Sonics continue the defensive pressure here. Coleman back in for the Sixers. Kemp hacking Weatherspoon. Shawn Kemp is third. Clarence Weatherspoon to the line for two.
Take a look at Michael Cage on the perimeter to Spoon. Got him across the right elbow. Good call by the officials. Shawn Kemp says, no, I thought I had all ball. Guess again. Spoon makes the first one.
And for Clarence Weatherspoon, his first point of the night.
Pulling down 7 boards, a couple assists.
The Sixers answer the Sonics 7-0 run, trailing by 3. Snow running in the backcourt with Payton as George Karl answers Johnny Davis's small lineup with a tiny one of his own. Kemp looming large here and Shrimp for 3. Payton off the floor. Wingate.
Johnny Davis, going with the small lineup, has decided to put Jerry Stackhouse on Payton in case Payton wants to post up.
Snow bumped. Or was it a kick?
Nope.
A bump on behalf of Derek Coleman. Personal foul number 3 on him. 1 foul on each team. Sonics will go back to work here with a fresh 24.
So take a look at Payton now, down in the low post, being guarded by Jerry Stackhouse, trying to make Payton work that much harder in the low post.
Payton working the low post again. Shrimp for 3. And a timeout, a 20-second timeout by the 76ers. So now a very critical point in the game for the young Sixers as the Sonics here, as they are known to do, explode in the fourth quarter to lead by 8.
Well, take a look at Gary Payton being guarded by Stackhouse. Now, it may be a little bit more difficult to shoot over a taller player, but it's still pretty easy to pass out. Gary Payton, an excellent passer. You see the mix-up between Spoon and Coleman defensively as they bumped into each other, and that left Detlef Schrempf wide open at the top for the 3 ball.
Sixers back to work here with virtually a fresh shot clock. They are suddenly down 8, down as many as 16 in the first quarter, before coming back to lead by 3 at the break. Jerry Stackhouse, a timely 2 for he and his mates. He's got 15 in the game. Sonics by 6 with the ball. Payton by Stackhouse. Coleman pulls in his 17th rebound, once again a season high. Iverson trying to bust David Wingate, by him to the hoop, no. Coleman, the board, blocked. Kemp, DC has it again, and a foul. Just relentless work tonight. by Derek Coleman. And Sean Kemp was in there for the Sonics. It will be Detlef Schrempf on the personal foul.
Allen Iverson taking it to the hoop. Just comes up a little short, but who's there? I'll tell you what. Allen Iverson may have the shoes, but Derek Coleman is definitely the answer tonight for the Philadelphia 76ers. 17 points, 19 rebounds.
And 4 blocks, we might add.
Yep.
Iverson by Kemp easily for 2. Allen Iverson, who could take it over at a moment's notice, now with 13 and the Sixers down 4. So the Sixers here with a mini run after the timeout. Payton. Payton coming to life after a sluggish first half. He's got 15, 4 of the 5 Sonic starters in double figures, and the blocking foul on Eric Snow. The third on him. And already 3 on the Sonic team, and Hawkins in to get the second-year player, Eric Snow.
Now it'll be interesting with Hawkins in the ball game. Does Johnny Davis go back to Iverson guarding Payton, or does he leave Stackhouse? I think Payton can take advantage of Stackhouse off the dribble.
Iverson off the dribble against Wingate. He's fouled in the act. And Allen Iverson will go to the line.
Allen Iverson has great balance. When he went up for the shot, he had his feet knocked out from under him. Now let's take a look. Coming off the pick by Spoon, there's Wingate. Allen Iverson, boom, right there. You see his feet being knocked out from under him by Wingate. Still comes down. It's like a kick. No matter what position he is, he's going to come down on his feet.
Wingate, his 5th. McIlvain, who looms as a huge defensive presence. That's why they paid $35 million over 7 years for his services.
Well, Allen Iverson over 4 from the free throw line tonight.
And still a 6-point game. Add 2 more. Payton with 17. Iverson noticed the double cover. Now he's wedged, and now they turn it over. Payton trailing is Schrempf. To the floor it goes. Payton again. Kemp.
Well, Kemp has picked up the pace here in the 4th quarter. 19-8 now.
Hawkins knocks it away from Stackhouse. Sixers retaining possession. Allen Iverson arguing an earlier play, saying to one of the officials that he was hacked.
No, that was the last play when he was double teamed over here on the sideline. He said he was being hit by Payton.
Coleman for 2 more. A magnificent night tonight by Derek Coleman. 19 and 19 rebounds. Sonics by 8 with the ball. Schrempf cut off by Weatherspoon. Payton. McIlvain lost it. Coleman nearly claims his 20th rebound, and he is fouled by a pugnacious Payton.
Payton's missed some easy ones. About 3 layup opportunities he's missed. He's got 17 and 8 assists. But I'll tell you what, Payton, take a look at Gary Payton right here, going up, just misses it, blows the bunny. Gets another opportunity at it. The left-hand jump hook comes down, the rebound. Derek Coleman, pow, right there across the arms by Payton.
So a 2020 night for Derek Coleman, his first of the year. And the Sixers slice it to 6 with 6.5 to go here in the 4th. Kemp against Cage. Michael, fourth quarter minutes in specifically to defend number 40, who comes down with his own miss. Cage swiped it away. And a foul coming up. It's going to be on Derek Coleman. Number 4 on DC. And only the second on the Sixer team, by the way, the Sonics in the penalty.
Take a look at Kemp with the O board. Well, I tell you what, I didn't see the foul by Derek Coleman. He was straight up in the air. Sonics are going to get a couple points out of this, but I thought Derek Coleman, hands straight up in the air. No foul there on DC. Bailed Sean out on that one.
Sixers down 8, halfway through the fourth. Weatherspoon wants Schroeder. Instead, it's DC. Hawkins spies Payton. Coleman in his wake. Forget it. Payton has 19. Iverson comes up with a loose ball in among the timber. And a foul coming up. It is on Hersey Hawkins, and remember the Sonics in the penalty here. So the Sixers here with an opportunity to play catch-up via the foul line, and Iverson will get 2.
Great double team by the Supersonics. Ball stripped away from Allen Iverson. Trying to get the ball back in bounds. Schrempf kicks it over to Iverson, just takes it up, finds himself wide open going to the hoop, gets the bump.
Lucius Harris for Clarence Weatherspoon. As that quickly, Jerry Stackhouse swings to small forward. Iverson makes it an 8-point game. Plenty of time for the Sixers, 5.5 to go. We're in the fourth. Iverson nearly stole. Kemp. Again. Blocked and fouled. Michael Cage, the personal.
Late call by the officials. George Karl jumping up and down after Kemp gets whacked, what he thought. Foul called on Michael Cage. The underneath official let it go. Take a look at Kemp. The shot is missed. He's going to get his own board back right here.
Ooh. For Cage, his 4th, the 3rd on the team, so the Sixers with 1 more to give. Kemp has made more than just pocket change from the line tonight.
Well, he's shooting 75% on the year, and tonight he is 8 of 10. I'm sorry, 11 of 14. I'm looking at the other side. I'm looking at DC. I'm starting to compare those guys once again. DC had the early advantage at the end of 3, but Kemp is coming on strong here in the 4th.
Stackhouse beats the double around the rim. Couldn't finish. Went to the wood, nothing called. Hawkins.
Johnny Davis is going to have to go his timeout now. His team down
4:45 and counting in the 4th. And now, as Steve Mix accurately forecasted, Johnny Davis wants to discuss things. His team gallant once again tonight in Seattle.
Introducing McDonald's Deluxe Sandwiches. They're new, they're big, with fresh toppings and a bakery soft roll. The average adult has over 8,000 taste buds. Get ready to use them all. It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste. McDonald's new Crispy Chicken Deluxe, with an all-white meat breast fillet, fresh lettuce, and tomato on a bakery soft roll. It's a grown-up reminder that you're never too old to drool. It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste.
That isn't the last one, is it?
Yeah, why?
Did I mention that I found the negatives from your bachelor party?
Yeah. Shame if Carla found out about that whole Niagara thing.
Can you say cubic zirconia?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Room service.
January, you go blind. March, you can see, but you can't hold your child. December, your hands are working, so you pray. MS randomly attacks your nervous system. Help us find the answer.
76ers start the new year off with a bang when the new look Dallas Mavericks hit the beautiful Core State Center. It'll be Wednesday, January 8th. Tickets at Ticketmaster, and of course available at the beautiful Core State Center as well.
Sasquatch going a little high, huh?
Over the Space
Over
Needle.
the Space Needle for the Big Jan. Kemp and Payton. Big fourth quarter. 12 of the last Sonic 14 points. Big time players come up big time when you need them. Kemp, Payton. Doing it for the Sonics. Sixers being outscored here in the fourth. 23-12 that stretch their lead to 12 points here with 4:40 to go.
Coleman taking on Kemp. McElvain, who was hit in the chin earlier, sporting a bandage, helping Kemp defensively, and McElvain commits his fourth personal foul. As mentioned earlier, the Sonics in the penalty, so Derek D. Coleman shoot fouls number 10 and 11 tonight. Coleman adding one to his magnificent line. The Sixers down 11. Pressing the Sonics here. Shrimp from Hawkins.
This team is an excellent passing team, so if you're going to try to full court or half court trap them, it is very difficult. Assist to turnover ratio as a team, 1.5 to 1, which is very good.
Iverson. A couple of tree branches there to knock it out of bounds.
Hit the backboard, right? The back of the backboard. That's what they're saying. May have gone off the Supersonics' fingertips. That's what Philadelphia's saying. Supersonics are saying, hey, he just threw it off the backboard. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
One more look at it. Go off anybody's fingertips? No.
And the backside of the backboard, the only part of the backboard that is out of bounds. The top, the bottom, the sides, and of course the front, all in. So a break for the Sixers here, looking to take advantage. Iverson, as the double leaves him, he goes to the cup and gets two. Strong move by Allen Iverson. He's got 17. Sixers still within hailing distance, but they need some stops. Hawkins free for three.
See, once again, good solid passing. Seattle really doesn't pick the ball up in bad positions, such as corners, and they don't wait for the double. Once a double team comes, they're tall enough to pass over the most double teams.
Another turnover, but Iverson claims it right back, knocks it off of Schrempf and out of bounds. It'll belong to the Sixers. Heady play by the rookie, Allen Iverson. Sixers get it back with 3:10 to go in the fourth. They're down 89-75. Harris by Hawkins, hit by McElvain as well. Whatever, Lucius Harris will go to the line, compliments of Jim McElvain. That is his fifth. So as Johnny Davis goes small here, Lucius Harris getting some important minutes. As Davis has left Cage in the game.
to guard Kemp and allow Coleman his terrific offensive performance tonight. As for the Sixers, well, they did outscore Seattle by 26-10 in the second. That's how they came back. But since then, a much different story.
Yeah, they have struggled not only in the first quarter, but the third quarter, but here in the fourth as well. Seattle really picked up the defensive pressure in the fourth quarter. You could just see the intensity by Seattle in the fourth.
Hawkins looking to thread it to McIlvaine, turns it over. Harris has it for the Sixers. They're down a dozen under 3 to play. Stackhouse for 3. Over the top it goes. It will belong to Seattle. Gary Payton a double-double tonight, 19 and 10, and 2 boards actually from a triple-double. Bonoki's shooting percentage 9 for 25. As Iverson goes whirling by him, and Payton has it rejected by Coleman, his 5th block. Now listen to the line tonight. 22, 20 boards, 5 blocks, and 3 assists for Derek Coleman.
One more look at it. Payton, clear lane to the hoop. No, rejected by Derek Coleman.
Hawkins for 3. Whoa! Boy, Hersey Hawkins has lit the Sixers up here in the second half. He's got 21 points. 8 of those points here in the fourth. Payton to solo.
Lucius Harris on that shot. I don't think he knew whether he wanted to shoot or pass the basketball. And that's what happens sometimes when you get in one of those little slumps, like you're looking to do other things. Allen Iverson rising up. He knows what he wants to do.
Hits a big 3 as the Sixers now are down 14. And of course the Sonics now will spread the floor and chew the clock. Schrempf, the big advantage on Harris. Kemp, the offensive rebound of the Sonics. With $1:26 to go, played out. And waste some more clock. Leading 94-80. Hawkins, another 3. Iverson off the floor, running with Stackhouse and Harris. Lucius gets 2. Sixers down a dozen. Payton playing keep away from Stackhouse, who was forced to foul here. And Mark Hendrickson, the Washington native, who went to Washington State, comes in for Derek Coleman. So a classy move on Johnny Davis's part to get the Sixer rookie some playing time here in his home state. And a magnificent night tonight for DC again. 22-20, 5 blocks and 3 assists. Setting the tone early with his defensive play. Helping to carry the Sixers through some tough times against a very good Seattle team. As Mark Bradkey comes in for Michael Cage, who played a lot of minutes tonight, 27. He'll turn 35 at the end of this month. The former Sonic in for defensive purposes against Shawn Kemp. And he and the Sixers did a pretty good job forcing Kemp to shoot 5 for 13. Under a minute to play with the Sixers down a dozen. McIlvaine throws up a wall at Iverson. Snow gets 2.
That's a big screen. Somebody's got to let Allen Iverson know, hey, there's a pick on your left.
Hendrickson looking to follow the miss by Iverson. And a Sonic foul coming up. Well, it's on Jim McIlvaine, so he's done. McIlvaine for the night. 2 points, 6 boards, and a number of blocks. And Mark Hendrickson, the homeboy, will come in and go to the line. Antonio Harvey becomes the 10th Sonic to get in. Larry Stewart, the native Philadelphian, yet to see action. Greg Graham, the former 76er, yet to see any playing time tonight. Harvey signed as a free agent, former Laker. They'll go Overton in. Gary Stackhouse calls it a night. Mark Davis back. Overton, of course, went to school with Larry Stewart at Dobbins Tech in Philadelphia. Hendrickson will get another. Hendrickson, a native of Mount Vernon, was mentioned earlier, halfway between Seattle and Vancouver. A major two-sport athlete, playing basketball and baseball. Terrific left-handed pitcher. In fact, still hopes to make baseball a career in some form or fashion, though not at the detriment of his NBA career. Wingate trying to get Larry Stewart set up, so indeed Stewart has come into the game with 12 seconds to go. And the Sonics are going to win it, though the Sixers very stubborn tonight. And that'll do it. So not sparkling games for the great ones, meaning Kemp and Payton, though damaging, make that very damaging where they had to be. The Sonics as a team suffocating the 76ers as they have many other foes in the NBA with that defense. Mark Hendrickson, a light sweat before some 50 folks drove down from his hometown of Mount Vernon, Washington to see him perform in this one. Final score tonight here on Sports Channel in a good one. Seattle Supersonics 96 and the 76ers 82. Stay with us, won't you? We will be back here in Seattle to wrap things up right after this.
When I was young, I discovered music and practiced to become a musician. Later, I joined the Navy and became an officer and learned about discipline and teamwork and doing your best. Then playing pro ball, the dream of a lifetime. These are the things I love. These are my choices. But none of them would have come true if I hadn't made them a long time ago. I don't do drugs. That's what's worked for me. Think about it.
Go to the net. Now connecting to the NBA. Welcome to NBA.com, the official website of the NBA. You have gained full access to all 29 teams and their players. Check out nightly scores and stats, read the latest NBA news, visit the NBA theater and relive spectacular plays. Browse the NBA store, even enter a live chat session with an NBA player or coach. The online world of the NBA, only at NBA.com.
To want him was easy.
Dad, meet David McCall.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. Same here, David.
To love him was exciting.
Tell me you need me.
I need you, David.
To leave him was impossible.
You have something that everybody wants, but nobody has. The guy is a psychopath.
Let me out! Lock your door!
Fear.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
'76ers basketball on Sports Channel has been brought to you by Core States. You know us, and we know you. By Brewery Fresh Bud Light, who reminds you that fresh beer tastes better. By your Quality Plus Ford dealer and the new Ford Explorer. By the Pennsylvania Daily Lottery. Don't forget to play. Proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. By the Discover Card, proud partner of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary. And by McDonald's, the official restaurant of the NBA. Along with Steve Mix, Mark Zumach back at Key Arena in Seattle, where the Sonics had played catch-up tonight against the 76ers. The Sixers erasing that 16-point first-half deficit. They led at halftime. They were down one after three, but the Sonics outscored the Sixers by 13 in the fourth to win it by 14. Back with more after this.
Announcing the Adventure Discovered Sweepstakes.
I've been shopping, big time. It's all right here on my Discover Card statement.
Use your Discover Card, and you could win everything on Boyd Matson's statement.
Patagonia. It's me. 2 tickets on American. My new Jeep.
Plus, you'll join him on
a National Geographic filming expedition.
It's the grand prize in the Adventure Discovered Sweepstakes.
Well, I've done my shopping. Have you?
It pays to discover. Watch National Geographic Explorer on TBS.
Get ready to hit the hardwood when Sports Channel takes you inside the best college basketball games in the nation. Catch all the passes, all the shots, and all the excitement with Sports Channel's exclusive coverage of the Big East, Big Ten, and hometown teams. It's the fun and frenzy of college basketball, only on Sports Channel. It's a Saturday tripleheader at 2. On Georgetown, at 4, Notre Dame battles Rutgers, and at 8, Iowa meets Penn State, exclusively on Sports Channel.
You know what I'm sick of hearing about?
The internet.
The internet. What are you doing?
Surfing the web.
Nice hair. Solarized pictures of dead fat rock stars. UFOs. $1 zillion worth of technology, and what are we doing with it?
Browsing.
Here's an idea. Use the internet for something useful, like running a business, okay? All right? No kids, no chat rooms, no smiley face. Just raw, naked, in your face capitalism. You want to surf? Move to Maui.
I come to you with the possibility of extrasolar life. Something's going on here, Shar. What is it that they're trying to hide?
They'd branded his theory paranoid.
Right now, as much as you think you know, you don't know the half of it.
Charlie Sheen, The Arrival.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Back in Seattle, the Sonics over the 76ers. The final score, 96-82. And our Budweiser player of the game is one Derek Coleman with a terrific line tonight.
Derek Coleman had an exceptional game there. You just see him coming down with a no board, taking it up between Kemp and I think at that time it was Shrimp. Good solid job by Derek Coleman tonight. 22 points, 20 boards, 3 assists, 5 blocks, an all-around game for Derek Coleman, his first 20-20 of the year.
And our Discover Payback Playback, emblematic of the way the Sonics get it done.
Yep, take a look at this. Peyton to Snow to Kemp for the big finish. An excellent passing team, and they showed it there.
Once again, the Sonics over the 76ers, 96-82. All right, the 76ers traveling tonight to Oakland, then busing to San Jose, where they will meet the Golden State Warriors. All the action right here on Sports Channel, commencing with our warm-up at 10:30. Sean Alexiak is the producer of 76ers basketball, the two-stepper, Frank DiVincentis, our director tonight in Seattle. From my partner, Steve Mix, I'm Mark Zumop. The final score once again, the Sonics 96, 76ers 82. Good night, everyone. Look at that.